guys, welcome to Geek Floss. I'm so excited to finally say those words. I have been so scared for so many years of trying to do something like this. I've had so many ideas of different blogs or different creative products that have not really panned out, and here recently I've just been inspired by my friends and I just want to try this. I don't know where it's going to lead me. I don't know if anyone's going to like my videos, but you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it my all, and I'm just pumped to be here. From a very, very young age, my aunt told me to never stop loving what you love because you never know where it's going to lead you to. And that idea is kind of at the core of what I want this to be. And time and time again, I've seen in my life where I've started something or have gotten into something and I never would have thought in a million years how much joy, so much happiness, and so much, I don't know, passion it brings to my life. And you know, I want this channel to be a celebration of everything geeky and nerdy and creative all at the same time. I am a huge nerd. But I also love creating things, and I have recently fallen into the cross stitch world. I never thought I would ever get into cross stitch. I just thought, you know, that's something that old ladies do. I was so wrong, and I'm so glad I was wrong. One of my friends and fellow YouTuber here, Cat Lady Stitcher, Lauren, she's amazing. She got me into this whole cross-stitch community, and I've been kind of a bystander. And it's been really cool to see kind of the community here on YouTube through FlossTube. And I'm just really excited to be here with you guys. And I just want to share everything that I love, but more importantly, I want to learn from you guys. I want to interact with you. I want to learn new things and kind of expand kind of my world. And what a better way to do that than here on YouTube. So, like I said, I'm just happy to be here, and I hope that you guys are too. So I kind of wanted to start out this channel and this first video with a kind of get to know me kind of video. I've already done something similar on Cat Lady Stitcher's YouTube channel, so I apologize if there's any overlap, but I promise you I'll put in some new tidbits of who I am, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So let that begin. So I am from Nashville, Tennessee. I've been here for about going on 10 years, which is crazy to me. But I started here in Nashville by going to Belmont University. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, hands down. I never would have thought a college would transform me and, more importantly, get me in contact with some amazing people. There's so many people that I interacted with at Belmont that have kind of shaped me and really kind of broke me out of my shell, both as a person and creatively. And I can't be more appreciative of that. And I absolutely love the city of Nashville. I can't see myself being anywhere else right now. It is a place where a lot of people are coming to, a lot of different ideas, but more importantly for me, it's just a spirit of creativity. And that is something that I thrive on, and it's so cool to see people out there giving their all to their craft and learning and pushing themselves, and it's really incredible. And the city itself is beautiful. There's always a new coffee shop or a new restaurant around the corner, and you really don't get bored. But you also have kind of at least for now, kind of a small town vibe with kind of big city perks, which I love. So for right now, absolutely love it. So right now I'm working for a Christian publisher here in Nashville. I do web support along with Lauren, Cat Lady Stitcher. We really see, I don't know, not too much of each other because we haven't gotten sick of each other, but we have gotten to that point where people don't see one with the out the other. And she recently, just today, finally got a key to my house. I don't know if that's a good decision or a bad decision. We'll see. I think I trust her. You better not mess with anything, Lauren. But, you know, we'll see. But anyways, so I work in web support with Lauren, and I joke around saying that really what we do is teach little old ladies how to use the internet, and we reset passwords for a living. It's not too far off, but there are some other aspects to our job that I really enjoy. I love the problem solving aspect of it. We work in a call center, so each call is different from the other, and there's, you know, I never would think that working at a call center would be creative at all. You know, I never thought a cubicle job would be a source of creativity, but that problem solving aspect of trying to figure out things and trying to get information from the customer, but also know what's going on the back end and trying to see where things are going wrong. I think that problem solving aspect is really interesting, and there is some kind of creative aspects to it. So I try to challenge myself and try to find things that are creative and things that might not be creative. But I think that problem solving is a really cool aspect of my job that I really enjoy. Sometimes customers are annoying and they get you down, but overall I enjoy it. I love the people that I work with, and that's probably the biggest thing. You know, if you don't like who you're around with for most of your week, then you're gonna be kind of not liking life. So at least I have some amazing coworkers that I love to be with, and we joke around and we have a good time. So you kind of have to have that to be working in a call center. But you know, it's working for me now. Right now, we'll see where it leads to. But for now, it's working. So like I said, huge nerd. I was to tell you a little bit of how nerdy I am, I was pictured in my high school yearbook with my Monty Python collection. They did a whole spread in high school in my yearbook of people with weird collections, and I'm the front center picture with my Monty Python t-shirt and my Killer Bunny rabbit slippers. I was that weird person that at Halloween I dressed up as Patsy and went around to all my friends and went behind them and did the coconut thing, like they're riding on a horse all day. I was that weird person who was also in the tech club building robots and battling them. I was that weird person, but you know, with this crazy thing called the internet, I don't feel as weird because there's so many other geeks out there, and I really want to share my nerding with everyone else. So, you know, being a nerd is awesome. It's probably what I'm saying there. Like I said, with the Monty Python, or love of Monty Python is really where I kind of figured out, yep, you're a nerd, Kathleen. You're a professional nerd. I also love tabletop role-playing games. I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons for going on 4 or 5 years now, and I love it so much. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever played Dungeons and Dragons before, but man, it's the best hobby outside of cross stitch that you could ever have. It is just a great way to let loose, to build some camaraderie with your friends, and it's a really cool exercise in creative thinking and imagination, and that's what gets me so excited about it. because you can create your own characters and do whatever you want to do in the world. And I just love it so much. I hope that some of you guys also share that love. I really started finding out that I like Dungeons and Dragons through a YouTube channel here called Geek and Sundry. They do a show called Critical Role where a bunch of nerdy voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's amazing. It's unlike any kind of media I've ever experienced. And I think what I love about it so much is that there is a sense of community and a sense of shared experience. And what I mean by that is that in Dungeons and Dragons, you really don't know what's going to happen. You have a series of dice rolls that kind of determine your outcomes on how things are going to go. So you really don't know what's going to happen, and that is really exciting. So when you're watching other people play Dungeons and Dragons, you're right there with them in the fact that they don't know what's going to happen and you don't know what's going to happen. So you have that kind of shared experience, that tension of what's going to happen next. Is this going to go good for me or is this going to go bad for me? And I think that through Dungeons and Dragons, it has really inspired me creatively and kind of pushed me to pursue kind of more creative things in my life. And I can't be more appreciative for that. I also really love comic books. I worked in the comic book industry for a while. That's a story for another day. But I really love independent comics. I don't really read much of the big two, so I don't really read much of Marvel or DC. I think that sometimes with Marvel and DC, you really don't know where to start because there's so much of it. And it's a little bit overwhelming even for me. So I kind of pick and choose what comics I like through kind of more independent publishers like Image or Dark Horse or publishers like that. So I am wanting to share my love of comics with you guys in another video, and we'll go down that road together, and I am so excited. So I have two wonderful men in my life, and by men I mean my two cats. I have a cat named Sinatra and a new cat named Knox. I named Knox after my first D&D character. She had a really cool lightning-based wolf, and I really love that name, so it's a homage to my first D&D character, named Sinatra because he has blue eyes, and it's after the singer Frank Sinatra, so big blue eyes. I love them to death. What else? I really have started doing more crafty things. Like I said, I've never thought I would ever get into cross stitch, but through Lauren and through her pursuits of cross stitching, I've fallen head over heels with it. I kind of always had this notion of cross stitch being kind of something that old ladies did, and I am so wrong. That couldn't be more far from the truth. I think once I figured out that there's geeky patterns out there and just a wide variety of things you can do with it, I was like, yes, let's do this. I'm on board. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that I've done here. These are kind of my first introduction to cross stitch, so it's not the best. I've learned a lot since what I'm going to show you, but like I said, I think I first started loving cross stitch because I could kind of do nerdy things. So one of the first bigger pieces I did was this Yoshi and Mario. I think if I went back and did it today, I would choose different fabric because the white in there blends pretty well into the fabric here. But I just think it's absolutely adorable. I love the little shy guy, and I just had a blast doing this. So once I figured out that I could do something like this with cross stitch, I was like, okay, let's do it. The another one that I did was this adorable little test tube. I just love the colors, and it was a really fun, quick stitch. I loved the. This is probably the octopus tentacle is probably what drew me to this. I love the colors. I think it's just really fun, really whimsical. So yeah, I think cross stitch is really cool. So I am just so excited to be here, and just thanks for hanging out with me, and stay tuned for more. See you guys later.